Έχω τρία αρχίδια. That's the first thing I learned in Greek. Καλημέρα παιδιά από τον Ναύπλιο. Πω κάνε ζέστη σήμερα. Πάρα πολύ ζέστη. In this video I want to share with you how I learned to speak Greek, and hopefully I can help you getting started if you want to learn how to speak Greek. I'm on my way to record this video, and I've been getting a lot of comments from you guys about how I learned Greek. And this video I want to share with you certain things that I've done in the past in order to learn Greek. But this video is going to be more about mindset more than anything else, okay? And if this video resonates with you and you want to learn Greek, then leave it in the comment section. When I started this channel, I wanted to share my experience and my life here in Greece. That's why it's called my Greek lifestyle. And yes, speaking Greek is part of that. Right? There's no way I'm going to live in Greece and not speak Greek. And I better speak Greek like a local, because that's the positioning of the channel. The whole positioning of the channel is for me to help you experience Greece as a true local. And speaking the language is part of that. I have shared before how I speak Greek, how I interact with the locals. I have shared that on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Καλημέρα κύριε Δημήτρη.
Καλημέρα.
Καλά είσαι?
Όχι.
Γιατί?
Γιατί μου ήρθανε.
Καλά είσαι?
Καλά μάνα.
Δεν σε είδα χθες?
Δεν σε είδα. Ήρθες?
Βέβαια, κάθε μέρα.
Και πώς δεν συναντηθήκαμε?
Δεν πειράζει.
Τέτοια ώρα ήρθες?
Τέτοια ώρα, ναι.
Όχι, ας πω γιατί δεν με είδες. Γιατί κατέβηκα από το άλλο στενό και πήγα από εκεί. Και
δεν σε πρόλαβα.
Κατέβηκα πώς να το καταλαβείς. Από την πλατεία, από το γυμνάσιο. Από την από εκεί μεριά. Είχα πάει έτσι από κάτω και κατέβηκα κάτω.
Έτσι.
Λέω κάτσε να άκουσα και ένα δρομολόγιο, γιατί μου την έχει στήσει κανένας. Εντάξει.
Όλα καλά, έρχεται ωραία.
Και εγώ πραγματικά δεν σε είδα. Έλεγα να σε συναντούσα εδώ. Εδώ πέρα.
Εδώ στη γωνία, Άντε καλή και τα λέμε μετά. But I'm certainly gonna start doing some Greek videos, you know, like how can you communicate in Greek, the very basics of speaking Greek as a foreigner. And but I would love to know from you first before I carry on. But again, this video is going to be more about the mindset and the reasons why you want to learn a second language, a foreign language. And in this case, we're talking about the Greek language, okay? And I'm going to share with you the reasons why I learned Greek beyond the fact that I live in Greece, okay? Because you have to have a strong why of learning a language. Some people learn the language because it's a fun thing to do, to learn a second language. And other people, they have to learn the language. Like I have found myself in that position, in that situation. You know, that learning Greek, it was a must. It's not something that it was fun just because it was Greek. I had to learn Greek. It was a mission that I was, you know, I was on a mission to learn Greek because I couldn't bear the idea of not understanding Greek. All right. But that's just me. So with that being said, let's just get right into the video. Έχω τρία αρχίδια. That's the first thing I learned in Greek. The year is 2002. And the movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, has just been released.
How do you say, everyone, let's go in the house?
Έχω τρία αρχίδια.
Everyone! Echo Trea Arhidia.
Now, guess what was the second thing that I learned? I'll give you a second. If you have seen the movie, you know exactly what's coming next. Ωραία βυσιά.
How do you say thank you in Greek?
Ωραία βυζιά.
Ωραία βυζιά.
That's it, you got it.
Ωραία βυζιά.
Now, I speak three languages today. Spanish, which is my mother tongue. I speak English and I speak Greek. I get a lot of heat on an Instagram post that I did, and I will probably put it here so you can watch that. Okay, Greek word of the day, στα αρχίδια μου. I will probably leave a caption to just explain exactly what it means. So what it means is that pretty much I don't care. And if you take it a step further, obviously this is very offensive, but if you take it a step further and you go like this, na, starhidiamu, that means that you truly don't care. It's really offensive, but this is a little bit of insight into the Greek language. I get comments on that small video that I put on Instagram saying that the Greek language is so rich and, you know, how dare you just teach people how to speak Greek by using such a, you know, an insult, if you will. My argument has always been the same, that when somebody wants to learn a new language, they usually want to learn bad words, okay? Like swear words and, you know, something that might be offensive. And correct me if I'm wrong, but when learning a second language, everybody always asks, how do you swear in your language? Now, I am not a qualified teacher, but I can certainly help you learn Greek. And it's the reason why I'm doing this video. And you know, some of you guys have made assumptions as well about how easy it is for me to learn Greek because I already speak Spanish, because my wife is Greek, and somehow it's just something that comes easy to me. But nothing could be further from the truth. I had to study Greek myself. I had to go through the same pain and suffering that everybody goes through when learning a new language. Does it come easier because I speak Spanish? Well, I guess so, but you know, I have to use whatever tools I have available at my disposal in order to learn Greek. You know, you guys have said as well that if you're coming to Greece and only living here, you're only going to live in Greece for 90 days or for a year or whatever, there's no real need to learn Greek. And I agree with you, you don't have to learn Greek. Okay, and that's your choice. I come from a different mindset. I come from the mindset that I am curious about the language, and if I'm going to be coming to Greece for holidays, and I have a Greek girlfriend, I think it's a good enough excuse to learn this fabulous language. I mean, all languages are great, okay? But come on, man, if you have an excuse to learn Greek, wouldn't you take that? So I certainly did that. As soon as I got together with my girlfriend and I was coming to Greece for holidays, and I was just curious, you know. Once I met my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, you know, it was really frustrating for me to not be able to communicate. And for them it was the same because they don't speak any English. So I think that people learn languages for two reasons. One, because they feel curious about the language, and two, because it's a necessity. In my case, it has been a necessity. And with Greek, it has certainly been like that. Even though I started this thing that it was, you know, a fun thing to learn because I was, you know, I had a Greek girlfriend. She's now my wife. But this was way before I decided to relocate here to Greece, okay? And just for the record, most of you guys have made assumptions that I speak Greek because my wife has helped me. And that simply is not true. I take a lot of pride in saying this, that the reason why I speak Greek is because I actually did the hard work. I did the homework, I did the studying, and you know, nobody can teach you really how to speak the language. You have to put in the work. What I mean by that is that yes, you can get a teacher, yes, you can use an app, yes, you can watch the films, yes, you can read the books. Still, learning a language is a very hard thing to do. It doesn't matter what language it is, okay? Yes, my wife has helped me if I ask her, but I was the one who had to go to the Greek lessons when I was living in London. I was the one who had to get the books and read them. I was the one who had to put in the work. I was the one who was watching Greek TV while I was living in England. You know, I was doing all of the homework. And this is just because of the type of person I am. I was very committed to understand. To give you a quick example, before I got married, I was living in London, and a friend of mine who happens to be Greek, he wrote something on a piece of paper in Greek so I can come to Greece before the wedding and tell to my father-in-law in Greek that I want to ask for her hand, okay, in Greek. I still have that piece of paper, by the way. I did this. okay, without knowing how to speak Greek at the time. I did not know how to speak Greek. I had a piece of paper, I had memorized it. I'm sitting in the balcony with my father-in-law, and I have this piece of paper that I have just read like this, like, okay, just to take as a reference. And I said to him in Greek, I want to let you know that I want to ask for the hand of your daughter, and that I am going to make her happy, that I'm, you know, something like that anyways. I don't remember exactly what I said or what was written in the piece of paper. And he just listened, and he just nodded like that. Little did I know that my mother-in-law was in the other room listening to what I was saying. And apparently I gained many brownie points with my mother-in-law, and hopefully with my father-in-law as well. After saying that, because they appreciated the effort that I had put into memorizing that, and in the context of the situation that I'm about to get married to his daughter, right? It went a long way. And you have to put that in the context of the situation. I am living with his daughter, man, in London. We're in our mid-20s, very, very young. Pretty much the reason why his daughter is not coming back to Greece is because she has met me. And we're living together, okay? And we're just about to get married. For me, in that moment, there was nothing that I wanted more than to communicate with my father-in-law. And it was very, very hard. I had to overcome the language barrier, and I had to overcome my fear as, you know, a future son-in-law, you know, asking, you know, this man like, hey, I want to marry your daughter, and I promise that I'm going to make her happy. You know, I'm trying to do my best. And I had to do that in a foreign language. And at that moment, for me, those little moments is what made me say, I have to learn how to speak Greek. There's no other way, because these little moments is what makes that a fire in the belly to say, I have to learn Greek. So when I hear other foreigners coming to Greece and either living here for 2 years or a year or even longer, and they don't know how to speak Greek, maybe they don't have that fire. Maybe they don't have that need. They don't have that desire to learn Greek. That's perfectly fine, you know. And I'm still learning Greek, you know. I speak almost like a native, I've been told, but I'm still learning. I want to create content and help you learn Greek from someone that is not a teacher. I'm just a regular guy who happened to learn Greek, and I live in Greece, and I communicate with the locals, okay? And because I'm a foreigner living here in Greece and I speak Greek, I blend in very well with the community. Even though, you know, they might think for a second like, is this guy Greek? And that's the ultimate superpower. That's what I wanted to accomplish when I moved here to Greece. I want to be able to infiltrate in the Greek community and make them believe that I am Greek. And that's what you have to do when you're learning a language. That's the ultimate goal. It's not just to understand the language. It's not just to speak it badly and just try to communicate the basics, but actually master it. But you have to have a why. If you just want to learn it on the side just because it's fun, fair enough, but it requires a lot of time. Anything that is important and anything that is going to be, you know, hard to acquire, it's going to take a lot of hard work. And learning a language is one of those things that you cannot just simply download and have it. You have to work for it. You have to immerse yourself in it. You have to put in the work. You have to do the reps. You have to read, you have to write, you have to be able to communicate. Let me know in the comment section if you want me to do videos about how to start speaking Greek, how to learn Greek, and what is the techniques that I use in order to speak Greek like a true local. Thank you so much for all the love and support, and I'll see you in another video, my friend.